Mathieu, thank you so much for joining us here at IMpower. It's great to have you in Monaco, and your panel was on private market programmes. Why is this an area that we're seeing being talked about a lot at this event and increasingly in this asset management industry at the moment?
There's been, for a long time, a difference between how institutional investors have been allocating to their portfolio in general, and in particular to private markets, versus what wealth and private individuals have been doing. And over the past, I would say, 5-6 years, there's been really a shift with more and more products being available to wealth managers and therefore their clients to allocate to private markets. So it's becoming a theme that more and more people are interested in. Every product is different. A lot of education is going on into how to invest into those products. But that's really the sort of genesis of it. There's been a real focus, especially by asset managers, to make this asset class more accessible.
And does that shift happen purely because this is a good option and they've seen good returns?
Everything has to be seen in the context of a portfolio. It's historically, clearly, private markets have added excess returns to a portfolio. It's not for everybody. Clients have to, or investors have to be comfortable with the asset class, with the liquidity of the asset class. But it's definitely something that adds to any investment portfolio. That's why you see big institutions, whether it's sovereign wealth funds, insurance companies, pension funds, allocating to private markets. And slowly we see now wealth managers and their clients allocating to the asset class as well.
You mentioned illiquidity there, and there have been areas that have caused reluctance in the past. Why do you think that's changed, and what do you think the difference is now in 2023?
Well, illiquidity in private markets will always be there. By definition, that's why they're called private markets. I think the difference is that today investors try to understand what the illiquidity risk is, and therefore the returns that they get for that illiquidity risk that they're willing to take. And I think investors slowly, especially on the wealth side, which is more what I look after, investors are more looking to understand how that works, and by making that conscious effort of trying to understand how private markets work, what is the risk that they're taking, and what are the benefits of investing in private markets, there's this new sort of both interest from the investor side and therefore interest from the asset managers to allocate into private markets.
In a global economic environment like we're in at the moment, high interest, high inflation environment, do you think that's driving more kind of business towards private markets because it is being seen as somewhere you can still see those returns too?
Well, we advocate allocation to private markets as a very long-term strategy. You don't want clients to invest in private markets on a short-term basis because by definition, again, they're not tradable. It's not something that you do in and out all the time. So it's really more over the past 30 years, private markets have added extra returns to a portfolio if you're allocating to them. So we keep on pushing that message to our clients to sort of help them institutionalize the way they manage their portfolio. Now, it's true that we're in an environment today that is very different from what it was 2-3 years ago. So people are approaching it a little bit differently. Maybe they were very focused on returns or sort of 3-4 years back when rates were so low. Now it's more about diversification of risk. They've seen in 2022 that performance hasn't been great for bonds and equities. Alternatives and private markets have held up a bit better. So they've seen the benefits, and now they're really sort of thinking about how to allocate it to the long term to this asset class.
And in terms of the private markets themselves, where are you seeing opportunities? Are there particular sectors or regions at the moment that you're looking at and that you're most excited about?
We see a lot of interest in secondaries, so that's definitely with the correction that has been happening in public markets. It's definitely an area that's got a lot of activity right now, and our clients are very interested in that space. Private credit, something that again we're focusing a lot at the moment. Great opportunity in terms of risk-return profile for our customers, and I would say a theme that is a little bit more newer compared to what we used to see in the past is infrastructure. With inflation coming back, a lot of people are interested in these kind of assets that have got cash flows that are protected against inflation. And when you see everything that's going on around energy transition and so on, a lot of infrastructure, a lot of money required to develop infrastructure. So we're seeing a lot more interest from clients into that space.
Indeed, perhaps clients that are interested in sort of more impactful investing and looking for those more nuanced ideas too.
So impact is obviously something that is really a strategic focus for HSBC. We're still at the very early days of impact for our offering in private markets, but it's definitely a focus for us. Very important, not only from a strategic standpoint, but more and more our clients are sensitive to the topic, especially in Europe. I'm based in Hong Kong, so I've got also the Asia angle, and Asia is at the very beginning of that journey compared to Europe.
You said that you're based in Hong Kong. We've got a very large audience here at IMpower. How nice is it for you to be able to come together with this sort of amount of global players and have those conversations here in Monaco?
It's great. I mean, great to be here. I actually come from the south of France, so I love this area. It's always great to participate in this kind of forums. Get to meet a lot of either peers or fund managers. A lot of great ideas, a lot of great sharing. So great to be here.
It's great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us, Mathieu. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.